Hello and welcome to today's video today, and once again bring you another Warframe guide. Now in this video I'm going to be covering how to get Gauss. Now I understand most people call him Gauss or Gauss for some reason. I heard that one before. But it's actually pronounced Gauss, and I can confirm this because one, it says it on the wiki, and two, a bit of trivia about him was actually, the frame was actually named after Carl Friedrich Gauss, a German mathematician and physicist who made significant contributions to many fields in mathematics and science. And most notably electromagnetism, which makes sense since Gauss has his own specialized battery in him, which is his unique thing. But let me cover how to get him first. So getting him is actually quite simple. You just need to buy the main blueprint off of the market, which is not too bad. I believe it's only like 20,000 credits or something like that. And to get the chassis, it isn't too bad. You just need to do Disruption on the mission Kappa, which is on Sedna, and you just run each round, like each match like 3 times to get to round 3. Normally you'll get a piece by then, if not to keep running it, or just leave and come back, keep doing that. You'll eventually get him. It's not too difficult to get. But crafting him is a bit of a different story, since you will have to mine resources from both the planes of Eidolon and what was the other place called? It's the one where you get the K drive. I'm so sorry, I can't believe I forgot it off the top of my head. I was literally at it last night. It's not important, I'll say it once I remember it, but let me cover his abilities. So, his first ability, Mac Rush. Description of the ability is burst into hyper sprint, bowling over enemies and charging the battery, crashing into solid objects, generate a powerful shockwave and hold it to rush continuously. This duration of this, I believe, is technically infinite, because I believe it drains his battery, not his energy. I don't have the frame yet, I'm still farming him, so I can't guarantee you on that one. But if you want to see how fast you can really go while using this ability and having the perfect build for it, search up max speed Gauss or Gauss, whatever you want to say, on YouTube, and click on the first video. It's a prime example of how fast it can move, especially if you have some other support frames that can also buff speed and make them go even faster. It does decent damage. I believe its base strength is something like 200. It does explosive damage, that's if you run into a wall, I believe, and if you run into someone, obviously it knocks them down. Next one's Kinetic Plating. You can generate like an armor, I guess, which converts a portion of the kinetic damage absorbed, physical heat, cold, blast, any of them, into energy, and uses it to protect him from being staggered or knocked down. And the damage resistance is relative to your battery level. A lot of its abilities are relative to your battery level, and the way you charge the battery is literally just like walking. I believe once you've got that like maxed out to its fullest, you can. He has literally 100% damage reduction, so you become temporarily immune. That's pretty nice. And that drains like 1% a second of his battery, I believe. The next one's Thermal Sunder. It siphons kinetic energy from the area, charging up the battery and inflicting cold status on nearby enemies. But you can hold it and reverses it. Instead of charging the battery, it drains the battery and inflicts fire damage. And I believe that can get buffed by a certain perk. I can't remember off the top of my head. And then you have Redline, which pushes his battery to the limit and allows you to supercharge his ability and increase the rate of fire, attack speed, reload, holster speed, all of that stuff. And I believe there's something else it does off the top of my head, I can't remember, but you can like basically double your DPS with him. That's the main reason I want him, because if you use his guns, the guns that dropped with him at the same time as well, they also have an increased, I think it's like reload speed or fire speed, so you can get some like ridiculous damage output with this guy if you have the right build. Now there isn't really much else to cover with him. Let me get some trivia up for you. Actually no, let me cover his passive first before I do trivia. So his passive is every time you walk, it charges 0.5 of his battery, so 0.5% of battery. It can go up to 100%. That's per meter, so if you're smooth and quick, you should do it fairly fast. He's actually the fastest base frame in the game now. He surpassed Loki. Loki had the fastest base movement speed of like 1.25, something like that. But Gauss is actually faster now. If he falls out of bound, he loses 3% of his battery, and if you are in the nullifier crew bubble, if he stands in it, he loses 15%. With Mac Rush, he gets 10% battery on cast and 1% of battery per enemy hit. Kinetic Plating is take away 1% battery per second while active, takes away 1% to 5% battery per hit, so like 6%, and he gets plus 0.25% battery per melee kill. So if you get like a really good melee build on him and you turn on that, you can basically go forever on like a dark sector mission. Thermal Sunder is plus 10% battery when casting the ice, and take away 10% when casting fire. And Redline is 2% of battery per second while below 100% on the counter. And after redline expires, the battery drain to the amount displayed on the redline counter, i.e. If the counter is on 20%, the battery will decrease to 20%. And oh yeah, Gauss actually passively gains shield, like his recharge rate on his shield goes up, I believe, and the like delay on it goes down. So it starts recharging faster and recharges faster in general. And I think he can get like something like plus 100% recharge rate, and like takes away 80% of recharge delay. So pretty much as soon as you come out of combat, it'll just like start instantly recharging. I don't think there's anything else particularly special about him. Let me find out what his weapons are called quickly on the wiki, and then obviously I can tell you like oh yeah, what the buffs are. So I believe it's the Accelitra and the Acarius, which both gain increased reload speed while sprinting when wielded with him, which you know, increased fire rate, increased reload speed, increased holster speed. You'll burn through ammo, but you will burn through people. Oh yeah, here it is. This he replaces the fast sprint speed in the entire game. This replaces Loki's with his sprint of 1.25, so he's faster than that. I believe that is all. I will be doing guides on the certain resources that it requires to craft him over the next week or so, depending on how many resources I have to do. From what I can see here, there is probably, I would say, at least 5 or 4 resources I would have to cover, so it'll be like the next week basically on how to get Gauss. But yeah, that's all I've really got to say. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Goodbye.